1,000-Pound Sisters star Amy Slaton has a new boyfriend, and I really think they've got a good chance of living happily ever after. 37-year-old Amy has grown so much over the years and has come into her own as a strong woman. Though the social media influencer has enjoyed flexing her newfound independence, that doesn't mean she wants to be alone for the rest of her life. Though Amy hasn't always been lucky in love, she recently got serious with someone, and it could be the start of a lifetime of happiness. Amy has been through so much change since making her television debut. When the show premiered in 2020, Amy weighed over 400 pounds. After having bariatric surgery, she lost 150 pounds, and it changed her life completely. During 1,000-Pound Sisters Season 6, Amy came into her own as an independent woman, and she started dating again after a painful divorce. After a few misses with some short-lived relationships, she finally met someone special. I think he could be a good match for the single mother of two. Amy's romantic history explained. Unlucky in love. When 1,000-Pound Sisters premiered in 2020, Amy was a newlywed. She had recently married Michael Halferman, and the two seemed to be made for each other. Michael seemed like a great guy who was always there for Amy and her whole family. Amy desperately wanted to have children, but she was too heavy to do so. After losing weight, she went on to have two healthy little boys, Gage and Glenn Halferman. Things changed for Amy and Michael after their sons were born. Amy felt that Michael wasn't being supportive enough, and the marriage fell apart. Just a few short months after announcing her separation from her husband, Amy already had a new man in her life. The 1,000-Pound Sisters star started dating Tony Rogers. The two got serious quickly, and she even started sharing photos of Tony holding her sons. The relationship didn't last long, and by the end of 2023, Amy was no longer seeing Tony. After things ended with Tony, Amy wasn't single for long before she started seeing a new man named Kevin. On the plus side, Kevin didn't meet her sons, as Amy had learned her lesson and wanted to take things more slowly. The relationship was over after only 1 month of dating, and Amy accused Kevin of using her for fame. After things ended with Tony, Amy pumped the brakes on her search for love. She focused instead on raising her little boys, and I think it was the best decision she ever made. Who is Amy's new man? His name is Brian. In January, Amy posted a New Year's Eve TikTok of Brian hanging out with her family, including her sons. Since Amy learned her lesson about introducing men to her sons too soon, it would appear that things were more serious between her and Brian. Little is known about Brian, but I think he's better for Amy than Tony or Kevin ever were. Amy and Brian are getting serious. They celebrated his birthday together. Amy and Brian recently celebrated Brian's birthday together, and Amy posted photos from their romantic dinner at Olive Garden on TikTok. Though I wasn't sure about Brian at first, I was sold by the adoring way he looks at Amy in the photos. He really seems to dote on the 1,000-Pound Sisters star, and I genuinely hope that he's being sincere. Amy has been through so much, and she's worked so hard to improve herself, and I really think she deserves her very own happy ending. The reality TV world has witnessed its fair share of jaw-dropping transformations, inspiring stories, and emotional journeys, but few have captured the hearts of viewers quite like 1,000-Pound Sisters. The show, which follows the lives of Amy and Tammy Slaton, two sisters struggling with obesity, has not only revealed the complexities of their weight loss battles, but also shed light on the deep personal lives and relationships of these brave women. Among the various twists and turns in their lives, one of the most notable developments for Amy Slaton has been her romantic relationships. In this article, we'll delve into Amy's latest relationship, what makes this one stand out, and why I'm convinced that it might finally lead to the happy ending she so richly deserves. A rocky road to love. Amy Slaton's journey on 1,000-Pound Sisters has been anything but easy. From the very beginning, fans were introduced to Amy as a loving but vulnerable woman, deeply connected to her family and especially to her sister Tammy. Amy had struggled with her weight for most of her life, but her motivation for losing weight was always tied to her desire to have a better life and, more importantly, to start a family of her own. Amy's first relationship with her husband, Michael Halterman, began with promise. He seemed to be a supportive partner, and their relationship culminated in the birth of their son, Gage. However, as the show progressed, it became clear that Amy's marriage wasn't as perfect as it initially appeared. While Michael did his best to help Amy on her weight loss journey, cracks began to appear in their relationship, largely due to Amy's increasing independence and her evolving sense of self-worth. Amy's desire to change her life and take control of her future meant that she had to reassess her relationship with Michael, and unfortunately, this led to the couple's eventual separation. It was a tough moment for Amy, but her strength and determination were evident in her decision to move on from a relationship that no longer fulfilled her. Enter the new man. The real turning point in Amy's romantic life came when rumors started circulating about a new man in her life. Enter insert name of new man, a man who seems to offer everything Amy needs at this point in her life: support, kindness, and understanding. Unlike her previous relationships, this man doesn't try to change Amy or impose unrealistic expectations on her. Instead, he seems to embrace who she is and encourages her to be the best version of herself. It's evident from their interactions that Amy's new relationship has brought her a renewed sense of joy and optimism. While we've seen glimpses of their chemistry on the show, there is a sense of ease and comfort between the two that was largely absent from Amy's previous partnerships. There's a sense of security in the way they communicate with each other, and this is crucial for someone like Amy, who has always had to navigate a tumultuous relationship with her own self-esteem. One of the most promising aspects of Amy's new relationship is the support she's receiving in her personal growth. Her new partner seems to recognize the significance of Amy's journey toward health, both physically and mentally. He isn't just looking for someone to share his life with, he's looking for a partner who will thrive. And that's a message that resonates deeply with Amy. Why this relationship will lead to the happy ending Amy deserves. There are several reasons why I'm convinced that Amy Slaton's new relationship will result in the happy ending she deserves. Let's break them down. 1. Mutual respect and understanding. One of the most essential elements of any successful relationship is mutual respect. From what we've seen of Amy's new man, he genuinely respects her for who she is. There's no pressure for her to fit into a certain mold or meet certain expectations that could undermine her journey. Instead, there's an understanding that both individuals need to grow, learn, and evolve together. This creates a sense of balance that's essential for a healthy, lasting relationship. 2. Support in personal growth. Amy has worked incredibly hard to transform her life, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Her weight loss journey was not just about shedding pounds, but also about gaining confidence and independence. Her new partner seems to understand this, offering the kind of emotional support Amy needs to thrive. In their relationship, she feels encouraged to be her best self, and this partnership is a positive reinforcement of everything she's worked hard to achieve. 3. A sense of stability. After navigating the ups and downs of a tumultuous relationship with Michael Halterman, Amy seems to have found stability with her new partner. Stability is something Amy has always longed for, especially as she strives to give her son a loving and secure environment. Her new relationship offers her just that, a foundation where she can build her future with confidence. The calm, steady nature of their connection provides a stark contrast to the drama and instability that once defined her romantic life. 4. A focus on family. As a mother, Amy's priorities have shifted, and her relationship with her son, Gage, is at the forefront. Her new partner seems to understand the importance of family dynamics and the role that Gage plays in Amy's life. This man doesn't just want Amy for himself, he wants to be a part of her family. His commitment to supporting Amy in her role as a mother will undoubtedly contribute to the happiness and well-being of both her and her son. 5. Amy's own growth and confidence. Perhaps the most important factor in Amy's new relationship is her own growth. Unlike in her past relationships, where she often seemed to seek validation and approval from others, Amy now stands firm in her sense of self-worth. She's no longer dependent on others to validate her existence. Instead, she's learned to love herself and to seek out relationships that align with her goals and aspirations. This newfound confidence will be the cornerstone of her new relationship, ensuring that it's built on a foundation of self-respect and mutual admiration. The future for Amy and her new relationship. While it's impossible to predict what the future holds for Amy Slaton and her new partner, the signs are overwhelmingly positive. Amy has spent years working on herself, and it appears that she's finally found someone who is willing to grow with her. Whether or not this relationship will lead to marriage or further milestones, one thing is clear. Amy Slaton has a partner who sees her for who she is, supports her dreams, and encourages her to live her best life. For Amy, the journey ahead is about finding happiness, fulfillment, and, most importantly, a sense of inner peace. Her new relationship is the next step in that journey, and if all the signs are any indication, Amy Slaton is on the cusp of the happy ending she truly deserves. After all, she has worked hard for this moment, and it's about time she gets to enjoy the fruits of her labor, both in her personal life and her relationship. As we watch Amy's story continue to unfold, one thing is certain. Her new relationship holds the potential to be the positive chapter she's been waiting for. Finally, Amy Slaton is on the path to the happiness and love she's always dreamed of. And for fans who have watched her grow, we can't help but root for her as she embarks on this exciting new chapter.